Good morning, everyone. Let us recapitulate the chapter India location from the book India People and Economy. Okay, I have sent you the videos in which, or in fact, in my previous videos, I have discussed each and every topics given in this chapter. So I just want to recapitulate the chapter and revision as far as all the topics in this chapter are concerned. Let me tell you once again the different topics which are in this chapter are location, India's location, longitudinal, latitudinal extension, longitudinal extent and its implications on the Indian people and the different states, I mean the number of states and union territories, and concept of IST, that is your Indian Standard Time, total area, what is the total area of our country and the size, and India and its neighbors. So I just want to discuss with you, or I just want to do revision as far as the few topics are concerned. At first I would like to tell you something about the size and extension. India extends from 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 6 minute north latitudes and 68 degree north 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east longitude. So, you know one thing, that latitudinal and longitudinal extent is about 30 degrees. Okay, away from the mainland of India, what do you see? That the southernmost point of the country in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Indira Point. Do you know? The Indira Point is located at 6 degree 45 minute north latitudes, and its north-south extent from Kashmir to Kanyakumari is about 3214 km, while its east-west width from Rann of Kutch to Arunachal Pradesh is 2933 km. So, I have already discussed with you that the latitudinal longitudinal extent of India is almost the same, that is about 30 degree. Okay, the north-south extent of the country in terms of kilometers is more than its east-west extent, and this difference, why there is such a difference? This difference is due to the fact that the distance between two longitudes decreases towards the poles. You must have read all these things in or all these concepts in your junior classes also, that between two longitudes decreases towards the poles because of convergence of meridians. Remember, because of convergence of meridians, whereas the distance between two latitudes remains the same everywhere. So, India's territorial limit further extends towards the sea up to 12 nautical miles. Okay, and 1 nautical mile is equal to 72,960 inches. Okay, I have discussed with you location of India, that India is located in south central part of the continent of Asia, bordering Indian Ocean and its two arms extending in the form of Bay of Bengal, and which is the another one? The another one is the Arabian Sea. This maritime location of peninsular India has provided links to its neighboring regions through the sea and its air routes. Okay, the mainland of India extends, as just now I told you, that it extends from Kashmir in north to Kanyakumari in the south and Arunachal Pradesh in the east to Gujarat in the west. Okay, and I think I must have discussed with you about some geographical facts related to India. Now let me tell you something about the central meridian. That meridian of 82.5 degree east has been selected as the central meridian or standard meridian, which gives us, you know what? Which gives us the Indian Standard Time. The main reason for selecting 82.5 degree or 82 and 30 degree east longitude as the standard meridian is that there is a general understanding among the countries of the world to select the standard meridian in multiples of 7 degree 30 minute longitude, so that the time difference between two poles should be 7 degree 30 minute longitudes away from each other is half an hour, that is 30 minutes. So that's why IST is ahead of Greenwich Mean Time by about how many hours? By about 5 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, so it is because of IST that all watches at all places in India show the same time. Although the sun rises about 2 hours earlier in the northeastern states as compared to Jaisalmer. Okay, and let me tell you something about the latitudinal and longitudinal extent of India, that it is and I have discussed with you about that 97 degree 24 minute north or 25 minute east longitudes. And what are the advantages? What are the advantages of this longitudinal extent? It gives India a prominent place at the head of Indian Ocean with access to Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. And you know that it helps in easy trade between West Asia and then Southeast Asia, Africa, European countries and all other continents of the world. And the coastline, longer coastlines means more than or more number of seaports for more trade. If you have more and more seaports, then definitely a country should have more trade, right? So that's why India's trade relation is with the different other countries of the world is very, very strong one. Okay, then marine life is a source of livelihood for the residents near the coastline. I mean agriculture, farming, and then extracting the minerals and all these that takes place. And the farmers living and the people, those who live just on the coastline, and their livelihood runs on the basis of this. Okay, more number of offshore mineral resources and oil refineries can also be set up. Well, one thing I would like to tell you here, that India's or the total area of the country is about 3.28 million square kilometer, which is about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. Okay, now you must be knowing about these things, or you must have read it in your junior classes also. And this is what this makes India the 7th largest country of the world. And I have already discussed with you 6 countries larger than India are Russia, then China, then Canada, then Brazil, Australia, USA, like this. Okay, the Tropic of Cancer, yes, I think I missed this topic, right, in my previous videos. I didn't say, but let me tell you something about this, that the Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of the country, right? So India shares its 15,200 kilometer long land border with Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east, and China, Nepal, Bhutan in the north, and Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northeast. Okay, so I have discussed with you about the larger countries than India, then India's what is the coastal or the total coastline of India. Okay, now let me tell you one very important thing about India, that here the mainland of India has 6,100 kilometer coastline, which is its sea frontier. You should not get confused over here. Okay, the mainland of India has 6,100 kilometer coastline, which is its sea frontier. And if the coastline of Andaman Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands are added, then what will happen? The sea frontier of India stretches to 7,000. Right, 7,517 kilometer. Obviously, India is a vast country and the 7th largest country of the world with respect to its area. Right, so here we have discussed about the total area and size, and I have just now, with the help of this video, I just wanted to tell you about the length of the border in kilometers of the neighboring countries of our country. And then you can see here that one thing I would just like to discuss with you, Indian subcontinent. What is that Indian subcontinent? The vast size of India has endowed her with a great diversity, and there are lofty mountains and the Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plain in the north and peninsular plateau region in the south, and you can see that vast sandy example of Marusthali, okay, desert. Marusthali in the Marusthali in north and west large rivers like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Krishna, Godavari, then Narmada, and all these drains the east coastal and the west, I mean both the coast and the different parts of the country, okay, southern part and the northern part. So you can see here that Hindu Kush Suleiman ranges in the northwest, Purvanchal hills, where does it lie? It lies in the eastern northeastern part, okay. So Purvanchal hills in the northeast and by large expanse of Indian Ocean in the south, it forms a great geographic entirety known as Indian subcontinent, and it of course includes the country like Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and India. Along with the other mountain ranges, you can see that the great mountain wall of the Himalayas act as a formidable physical barrier that do not allow the cold chilly winds, right, cold chilly winds, and it also acts as a barrier and some monsoon winds strikes over here, and then it comes back, right. And so Himalayas act as a formidable physical barrier and separates the Indian subcontinent from the rest of, yes, this is another advantage of this Himalayas, the great Himalayas, that act as a barrier and separates the Indian subcontinent from the rest of Asia, okay, rest of Asia. So you can see here that one very important topic which I have left, I think, discussing with you is the India and its neighbor. India shares its land border with the 7 countries. And you know, these countries, which the countries I have already discussed with you, and the name of the countries I have already told you. These countries are our immediate neighbors. Sri Lanka, Maldives are the 2 island countries located in Indian Ocean, right. Sri Lanka is separated from India by the Gulf of Mannar and Parker Strait. Then the question rises here, what is the strait and what is Gulf? Okay, what is Gulf? Gulf in fact is a part of the sea that is almost surrounded by the land. Okay, for example, your Bay of Bengal, Bay of Fundy. Whereas if someone asks you, what about this strait? Right? So what is that strait? This is in fact a narrow piece of sea that joins 2 larger seas. Okay, so this is what that about the strait and Gulf. And the question comes in exam that what is the difference between, or mention any one difference between Gulf and strait. So with the examples, so I have just now told you about I have just now given you the examples also. So you should, or you can write about that. Okay, so I think I must have discussed all the topics given in the chapter, India and its neighbors, IST, size of our country, and then the location, longitudinal, latitudinal extension, its implications. Okay, and the Tropic of Cancer passes through India and divides into 2 parts, right, northern and the southern, and you can see what, that the temperate and the tropical. But one very important thing is that it has a impact on the climate, the vegetation and soil. Okay, so I hope that you must have understood this chapter very well. Now I am sending you few questions. You should do all those in your copy. Okay, bye.